1987 Buick Grand National, 30,000 miles. Let's take it for a test drive. Have always been a big fan of the 86, 87 Buick Grand Nationals, and this is a great example. This is a 1987 Buick Grand National, and it has a documented 30,306 actual miles. Virtually a stock car other than just aftermarket headers. But the motor's stock, it's got the original numbers matching, turbocharged V6, runs really well, turbo does its job. We'll let it warm up just a little bit before we get in the throttle. The transmission, the 200R4 overdrive, shifts through the gears really well. Sorry, you have your factory overdrive transmission, power steering, power disc brakes, factory heat and AC. All that stuff works like it should, and as you'd expect, it drives like a 30,000 mile Grand National. I will say on just normal acceleration up until you wait and you get to speed, the speedo's making a little bit of chatter, but I believe it to be the speedometer. But once you're cruising, once you're up to speed, you don't really hear that anymore. The only items that I have listed as not working on this one is going to be the cruise control and the washer fluid sprayers. Make sure you check out the additional media section on the website pcclassiccars.com. It'll have a screenshot of the does it work section as well as extra photos, so make sure you check that out. On the interior, it's your factory Grand National interior. The only problems on the inside, like almost all of these cars get, up at the speaker grills on both sides. You have some little cracks in the actual speaker grills up there. But other than that, the seat covers are great, door panels are excellent, carpets, mats, all that does check out awesome. You do have an aftermarket Kenwood stereo. I really like the original stereos. If someone wanted to put the original one back in there, you could. You do have the Concert 2 sound system that this car originally came with, just a different head unit. Headliner is great, visors look good. Overall, a really nice interior. Factory gauges as well, 85 mile an hour speedometer. This lady is about to run into this other lady or me, not paying attention, but that is okay. Again, factory 85 mile an hour speedometer. You have your digital RPM gauge as well as your turbo boost gauge as well. Both of those are functioning, which is very common for those to not work. You do have your power windows, power locks, and you do have your power driver's seat. These cars didn't have a ton of options. Obviously, you had the T-tops, you had the sunroof. This is neither one of those, which does not bother me at all. Less things to go wrong. But then you had the Concert 2, you had the power windows, power locks, and then the power seat. And this one has the power windows, power locks, and power seat. And you obviously have your tilt and your cruise. But we're warming up here, so once these cars go, we'll go ahead and get in the throttle. If I didn't mention it before, it is a clean Carfax. Also have a copy of the original window sticker. You'll see photos of that in the additional media section. But we'll roll out here and see if we can't keep the tires on it, but we'll do a little aggressive pull for you. Performs great. Again, you do have that little chatter coming from what I think is the speedometer, but that's a real nitpicky thing. The performance aspect of this car, motor, transmission, all of that checks out awesome. On the underneath, extremely clean. Floors are original, frame rails look great, drop downs, everything on the bottom is no nonsense, no rust issues, no problems of any kind. It really represents like a 30,000 mile Grand National should look like on the bottom. On the exterior, the biggest education thing when it comes to a Grand National, if you've never owned one or you don't know anything about Grand National paint, the paint was not very nice on these cars when they were new. They had a lot of warranty work done, a lot of paint work done back at the dealerships when these cars were sold brand new. They're really notorious for having checking. They're really notorious for just having imperfections and like reaction spots in the paint. This one's got some touch-ups on the front. The bumper fillers have probably been repainted, like almost all of them. There's a little wear through mark on the edge of the rear bumper on the passenger side. This car would really benefit from a professional ceramic coat and color correction. It's got some swirls in the paint. I don't like to get too aggressive with them just because I don't know how thick they are, how much or how many times they've been buffed. I leave that to the ceramic coat guys. I've had some really nice Grand Nationals that customers have bought and then taken to ceramic coat guys, and it really made the paint a whole lot nicer. Not that this one is bad, it's just I like to educate people on Grand Nationals that they do have paint problems from the factory. Finding a Grand National that has nice paint means it's probably been repainted. This car still represents well. Again, just the paint does have some swirls, some imperfections, some touch-ups kind of around the car, but still represents clean. Nice Grand National wheels. Tires are a little bit older. You can put some new tires on it if you want to, but they roll well, no dry rot or cracking on them. As far as your driving position, it's great in here. You do have your power adjustable driver's seat. You do have tilt, you have cruise. I like the way these consoles are. Console actually opens and closes properly. Same thing with your glove box. That all works good. As far as your glass goes, windows roll up and down like they should. You got your defrost switch there for the back window. You do have a couple little stone chips in the windshield, just minor stuff, nothing to write home about. All the glass does check out good. Again, you got a couple little nicks in the windshield, but nothing that's spidered or any bullseyes. Suspension all appears to be original equipment. Goes down this bumpy road really well. Transmission downshifts like it should. Interior turn signal bulbs are all working like they should. Turn signal switch is nice and tight. There's that turbo. Really pulls well for being a stock Grand National. Black Grand National. Every time I drive one of these, I think of the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl halftime show, like pretty much everybody. That's all right. Pop the trunk, everything's great back there. It's all factory. You have your RPO codes on the bottom of the deck lid where they are supposed to be. Engine bay's all factory, very clean, nothing's out of place. This is the original numbers matching motor to the car. Charging system's doing its job, fluids look good. Does look dry underneath right now, but I guarantee you during your ownership of a Grand National, it will start leaking some oil. It's almost inevitable and impossible to keep these cars from dripping a little fluid, at least at some point. Right now it does look good, but I guarantee you, again, within the next week, if I own it for a week, it'll start dripping at some point. I almost guarantee it. Overall, fantastic car. Again, my only complaint really is the little chatter coming from the speedometer. You do have that paint, which can be cleaned up with a ceramic coat color correction. It's a solid car. The only things not working are that cruise control and the washer fluid sprayers, and you got a couple little cracks on the upper dash like almost all of these get, but it is a great car. Little second gear chirp. As always, I'm Michael. This is a 1987 Buick Grand National with 30,313 actual miles. From myself and everybody else here at PC Classic Cars, we appreciate y'all stopping in to watch another one of our test drive videos. Make sure you check out that additional media section on the website, pcclassiccars.com. Check out the content we're posting across all of the social platforms every single day, and we'll catch you guys on the next video.